Hello, and this is Warren Johnson, and welcome to another episode of Dallas Watch. We're going to continue on with our discussion of who is running in the primary. You know, we're in the primary season. Primaries on March the 3rd. Both Republican and Democrat and all the other little parties in between are having their primaries. And I'm going to be covering, as you know, the Republican primary mainly because that's where the conservatives are, and that's the kind of guy I am. There might be one primary, a Democrat primary election we might recover. I've got to investigate that a little further. I think there's a conservative running in one of those, and we're going to be looking at that. We were starting at the top. We continue down the food chain of elective offices here in the state. And we've come at this point and we've got a lot more to go. But at this point, we're going to discuss the State Board of Education. As you know, education is so important, and it is now a political football of immense proportions. We have the local elections for school board, but it's the State Board of Education that really tells these school boards what they need to do. And if we don't get good people on there, then we're just going to be in a mess. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about the school board before I get to the elections for, not school board, but for the State Board of Education. Actually, they're called the Texas Education Agency. We're going to throw up a website. Look on your left over there. We'll throw up a website for how to get to them, and so you get to know more about them and get to know the people that are on that particular State Board of Education. But this comes from their website. The State Board of Education and Standards for Public Schools, the primary responsibilities of the SBOE, State Board of Education, include setting curriculum standards, reviewing and adopting instructional materials, establishing graduation requirements, overseeing the Texas Permanent School Fund. Oh my word. We'll cover that in another episode of Dallas Watch, probably after the primaries are done, because that's an important thing. Appointing members to military reservation and special school districts, providing final review of rules proposed by the State Board for Educator Certification, that's to certify teachers, reviewing the Commissioner's proposed award of new charter schools, that's another big issue, with authority to veto a recommended applicant. That's causing a lot of consternation now. It says the board is made up of SBO members elected from single member districts. In other words, all these members, they're not statewide. You have a certain district, and we're going to cover that in just a second. We're going to throw an episode where you can find out who your member is. The governor appoints one member to chair the board. So out of those that are elected, the governor appoints the chair. Board meetings. There's board meetings that you can attend, and there'll be a list on their website. They're required to meet at least quarterly. Meetings are held in the William B. Travis State Office Building, so you got to go down to Austin to see these. Each meeting, except for executive session, is open to the public. Anyone who wants to testify in front of the board must submit a public testimony registration form, so you can at least go stand in front of them. Now, there are 15 members to the State Board of Education. 8 are up for election now. They're 4-year terms. They stagger them. Districts, and we'll put a list up there, show a copy of the map up here shortly. District 11, District 12, and District 13 are in Dallas County and other areas around Dallas County. But those 3 tentacles come into Dallas County. This year, not a one of them is up for election, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to toss that, okay? What's going to be important is to make sure that you vote and you do your due diligence on these candidates. Once again, I'm going to tell you, we're giving you plenty of websites to go look at to investigate who's running. Mainly, you've got to make sure that you are registered to vote. If you're not registered to vote, then register to vote. There's going to be a link on how to do that. Or just go to your public library and register to vote. this is your voter registration card. It's going to end up looking like this. The good thing is, if you forget your voter registration card when it comes time to go vote, but you are registered to vote, you can just take your photo ID. It is required, you must have a photo ID. It is required, you must have a photo ID to vote, but if you don't have your registration card, a photo ID will get you a ballot. And again, these websites that we're going to throw up there are really critical for your education on who to vote for and who not to vote for. Of course, even more critical, or just as critical, is to watch these Dallas Watch episodes. That's really important. Next week, we're going to go further down the list. We're going to discuss state senators, and you have a specific state senator in your area, and we're going to, not all of those state senators are up for election, but there's some in Dallas County that are, and then there are 150 state representatives that are up for election. Now we're starting to get into the meat when we come back to the next episode. These guys are beginning to have more impact on your daily life. And so it's going to be critical that you stay tuned, you come back next week and see these. Until then, you have a great day, and we'll see you at the next episode. Thanks. Bye-bye. I really appreciate you tuning in to watch the show. Please hit the like and share button and share it with your friends and family. If you'd like to give us some feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Just email us at dallaswatch2020@gmail.com. Also, please consider a tax-deductible donation. You can go to www.returnlee.org. And also, don't forget, tune in every Friday, 7:30 Dallas time. New episode comes out of Dallas Watch. See you then. So long.